Hello everyone, good evening from here. Sorry for the delay. Let's start now.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, let me share my screen. Guys, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you, Anuradha. And today we are going to learn about bash scripting, why we need bash scripting, and also the concept behind that. And first of all, let's discuss about how to interact with our computer or system. First method is we can interact with our system using GUI as well as CLI. GUI is your common method, like here. As you can see here, if we need to create a file, we can create a folder. We can select new and we can create a folder. This is a manual method like this. We can do it. If we need to create another file, we need to repeat it again like this. And if we are using CLI, let me open my Git bash. If we need to create a folder or directory, we are running something like this. mkdir, that means making a directory. And let's give my name. And if we run ls, let's navigate to downloads. Once you can let's navigate to downloads. Let me create a new folder, mkdir. Let's see if it is visible. Here, you can see the folder is created. Likewise, we are giving commands when we are interacting with our CLI. And CLI is more powerful than GUI because if we need to do repetitive tasks, like let's say if we need to create like 100 folders, if we are using GUI, we need to do one by one. Right click, create folder, rename it, do it again, and it is repetitive. So if we are using CLI, we can do it one command. And also, let's see what is shell. For shell scripting, we need to know what is shell first. So actually, a shell is a program. So as an example, when we are writing a command here, in our terminal, let's say we need to know what is our current working directory, present working directory. We are typing that command and we press enter. Then it will give us the output. And how it is happening? It is happening like we are typing our command and our shell receives that command and after that it is interpreting that and it is telling OS what to do. So after that, what shell is doing is it is providing this output to us, what OS is doing. And why we need shell scripting. So the first thing is for automation. So In programming, there is a concept called try. That means don't repeat yourself. So if we need to run one command again and again, let's say you have created your React app, and your boss said you need to run is Nginx active command in every morning. So you are going to your terminal and you are running it. And the next morning you are again running it. So this thing is repetitive. So if anything is repetitive, we can automate it. So for that we can use shell scripting and also the consistency. Okay, I will explain it when you are going forward. And the next thing is how to set up your bash environment. So to run bash script, you need to set up your bash environment first. So if you are using Linux, you already have bash shell and you are good to go. And if you are using Mac, your default shell is C shell. If you are using Mac, you can see it. And you can run bash. You can go to a shell, you can go to a terminal in Mac, and you can run bash, this command. And it will navigate you to a bash shell. And if you are using Windows, you can use WSL. Or you can provision an EC2 instance in AWS like this. You can launch an instance and you can SSH to it like this. And you can use it as shell. Okay, we have set up our bash script. And let's see what is bash script. Let's go to the task 1. Okay. In task 1, it is saying bash environment and workplace setup. So for that, first of all, we need to know in which shell we are in. For that, we need to run this command. So here, okay, I will close this and I have already created a web server, EC2 instance in my AWS console. So I'm going to connect to it. Click on connect and select the SSH connect. And I'm copying this one. I have already opened my Git bash terminal and I have navigated to it. Navigated to this download folder because my key pair is in this downloads folder. So I can paste the command I copied. Okay, let's copy it again. Let's copy it again and paste it here. Okay. Now we are inside our remote EC2 terminal. Now we can run command like who am I, use Ubuntu, and we can check in which shell we are in. We can run echo dollar shell. You can see here the path to our bash program /bin/bash. And I have explained it here. Dollar shell means a system variable that stores the path of your default shell. So here the default shell is bash. And after that we can check the bash version as well. For that we can run bash -- version. So you can see here our bash version. And then we are going to create this file for our assignment. We are going to create a folder for our assignment. The name is bash script assignment. Let's create this one. Let me clear the screen. Okay. Let's check if it is created. Okay. You can see the folder is created. Then we can navigate to a folder. Like this, we can change the directory cd and then we can run. I can run the first couple of letters and I can run tab like this. Then we need to confirm if we are in the correct folder. For that, we can run pwd, that means present working directory. So you can see we are in the correct folder. After confirming that, we can create a subfolder called script inside this. For that, I'm running mkdir -p scripts. Okay. Let's check if it is created. I can run ls listing the files and folders. You can see script has been created here. Okay. After that, we can navigate to the folder, change directory, scripts. And again, we can check the folder using this. So we can see we are in our script folder. And then it is saying us to run this command, ls-lah. So first, let's run this command, ls-l. Let me clear the screen first. Okay, let's first run just ls command. Ls command is just listening. Okay. I think this folder is already created. Let me delete it first. I have tested this before, so I need to delete this one. We run rm-rf. Okay, I will create this one again. And navigate to that folder as I did before and create a subfolder inside this called script. Okay, let's check if it is created. Yes, it is created. And then we can navigate to that folder by changing the directory like this. And then we need to verify. For that, we are running pwd, present working directory. You can see we are in the script folder /home /ubuntu, Ubuntu users. And then we are inside this folder. And inside that folder, we have created this subfolder. So in our assignment, it is saying us running these commands, ls command. So we can first run just ls command. Okay, nothing is inside here. Let's go one step back and then we run ls. So you can see inside this folder, there is a subfolder called strip. And then we can run ls-l. -l means long listing. So we can run and see what is there. Let me make my screen a bit bigger. Okay, I think you can see the letter D here. Letter D means this script is a directory. And here RWX means user permissions. And this one means group permissions. And here it is the other permissions. And this is the user and this is the group. And likewise, some more details about this script is included when we are running ls-l. And you can see here 4096. This is the folder size in bytes. So let's run ls-lh. Okay. Now you can see here as 4K. So here H means we are getting our output for this value in a human readable format. So if it is in bits, it's a bit hard to read. So now it is in kilobytes. So H means it's in a human readable format. So if we run ls-lah, so usually if we are running with this flag, it is providing us the hidden folders. So currently we don't have. Okay. The next assignment is your first bash script. So we are going to create our first bash script. So for that, first of all, we need to create this file, vi first-script.sh. So before that, let's run this in our screen manually. And see what happens. Okay. Here we are saying echo welcome to my first bash script. That means we are going to, using this echo, we are going to print this thing in our terminal. You can see here the output. It is giving us this part as the output. So if we run the second one, it is saying echo full name Anjana Muthunaika. So we need to add the inverted comma here. So if you run this thing, what is happening? It is outputting us this part. It is printed in our terminal. Let's copy it and run it. Okay. Let's run the third one. Okay, let's create the file first. Let me clear my screen. And we need to navigate to script folder. For that, I will run like this. And I'm confirming I'm in the correct folder, in the script folder. And then I'm creating and opening my file in vi editor. For that, I run vi and giving this file name first script.sh. Okay. So the file has opened in this VI editor. Now we are going to add the content here. Okay, let's go to the Udemy course and see what is there. Here you can see we have done the task 1. And now we are currently doing this task 2. So we need to add this following content. This part. I will copy it and paste it here. So when you are pasting in this VI editor, you need to press, first you need to copy and then you need to press shift and insert like this. So then we need to change the details here, like your full name and also this date. To insert, to edit this file, I need to press I. So then you can see here this is changed as insert. So we can insert things now. You can navigate using your arrow keys. I'm using my right arrow key. And then you can add your full name here. I'm adding my full name. Like this. Okay, then you need to type, press escape. I need to log in again. Okay. Let me navigate again. I need to navigate bash script assignment. And then I need to navigate to script folder. And I need to open the file again because it hasn't created before. I need to create this first script.sh file again. Okay, let me type it. First script.sh like this. Okay. There is an error. Okay. I have restored the previous file and I have typed everything. Now I can press escape and type colon and WQ and then exclamation mark. So from this WQ, you can save and exit. And then let's check if the content we have added, is it there? Yeah, it is there. Now let's run this script. So for that, first of all, let's see our present working directory. So it is Ubuntu users home directory /home /Ubuntu, and then this folder. Inside this folder, we are in this script folder. So our file is inside that. If we run ls, we can see the first script file we have created. So let's run it first like this. If I run pwd again, I can copy this path and paste here, and then slash our script file name. You can add your script file name here like this. Then you can press enter. Then you can see an error. It is showing permission denied. So when we are running a script, we are executing it. We are executing the file using our bash program. Okay. We need execute permission to execute our script file. So for that, first of all, let's check what are the permissions. For that, we can run ls-l. So you can see here, it doesn't have execute permission. It only has read and write permissions for this Ubuntu user. So we can give execute permission first. For that, I can run chmod +x and then our file name like this. And I can press enter. And then again, I can run this command. I can press my up arrows and select the command I have run previously, and I can press enter. Okay, now you can see our first script has run like this. You can see welcome to my first bash script. It has displays here and also the full name, and today is the date is here. Okay, and then so in here, how we run this script is, let me clear the screen. How we run this script is, first we run pwd and take our present working directory. We have copied this, and then we added slash and we added our file name, script file name like this. This is how we ran it. So instead of running this pwd means our current directory. So instead of that, we can run dot. So this dot means where we are currently. So instead of this part, we have added dot here, and then we add in slash and then first script.sh, our file name. So let's run this and see what is happening. So it is giving us the same result here. So you can see this part is same as this. It is representing our current directory. So this is the usual method we are running our scripts. We are not running like this usually. So you can use this method. And also, someone can think if we can run this without this dot, because we have run it like this. So if we just add our file name like this, let me copy the file name and paste here. Let's see what is happening if we run this without the dot. It is saying command not found. The reason is when you type command without a path, the shell doesn't look in the current directory. Instead, it searches only the directories listed in the path environment variable. So because of that reason, we need to add this dot. It is mandatory. Otherwise, it doesn't look in the current directory. Instead of it is looking at the path. Like in here, when we are running echo dollar shell, it was a path. Slash bin slash bash, it is a path. So let's see what are the other methods we can run this script. So you can go to one folder up. I have run cd dot dot, and then let's check in which folder we are in. We are in bash script assignment folder. So let's see how we can run. Let's run ls, and you can see script folder is inside here. So we can run script slash and our file name, this one. Script.sh. So you can see we are not in our current folder, but we have given the path correctly. So to go inside our first script file, we need to navigate to this script folder first. So inside the script folder, we have our first script file, our script file. So it is not mandatory if we need to be in our current folder, like the script file, where the script file is located. We can be in any folder, and you can run like this. You need to give the correct path. So if we go one folder up, let's say, let's navigate to the home folder and let's run present working directory. So you can see now we are in /home/ubuntu folder. So if we need to navigate to our file, script file, we need to go to this folder first. And inside that folder, we have script folder. And inside that, we have our script file. So let's run our script again. So for that, first we need to give this folder like this. And then inside that, we have our script folder. And then our file is inside that, first script.sh. You can see we can see the same result. So it is working. Okay. And if we go to our shell, this first script file again, let's navigate to it first. Navigate to the folder, script folder, like this. Let's check if it is the folders correct. We are in the script folder, and then we are going to open this first script.sh file. Okay. So here you can see we have already added this /bin/bash. So let's do something like this. I'm pressing insert. And I can go up and I can delete this line, this first line. I can press escape and WQ and save this file. So let's check if this is running. We can run /. first script first script.sh. So you can see it is working, but we cannot guarantee if we are running using the bash shell. So for that, we can see in which shell we are in as we run before. We can run echo $shell. So here the default shell is bash shell. So it has run using the bash shell, but we cannot guarantee it. So for that, we are adding a special line in our script, which is calling shebang line. So this is that line. We are adding hash and then exclamation mark and then slash path to our interpreter. So how can we, first of all, let's see what are the other shell in this system, in this machine. So to check that, we can run this command. We can run cat/etc/shells. So you can see /bin/sh /user/bin/sh and also rbash. There are some, and also this bash. These are the environment variables. Those are the path for that shells. And if you are thinking about that, what are the differences of this shell? So the basic concept of this every shell is it's the same. So all of them are doing, we are typing something in our command line like this. So shell is interpreting it and it is telling OS what to do. Then then OS executing it, and then it is providing us the output. So basically every shell is doing this. So the difference is it may be changed from the syntax and also the functionalities. So let's check this by navigating to one shell. Let's go to the born shell. This sh means born shell. Let's go to that shell. I can run sh and navigate to it. Let me clear the screen. So you can, okay, I will go to bash again. I'll show you again. If I run sh, can you see this whole part change to this $sign? So let's see. Okay. If we navigate to bash again, I can show you what are the functionalities of bash. So if we need to run some long command or anything, let's say I'm going back one step and I need to navigate to this scripts folder again. For that, I can run in bash shell, I can run cd and I can run like first 2 to 3 letters and I can press tab. So it will autofill the rest of this command, auto suggest. And also we can get the previous command we have run using this arrow keys. So you can see this command I previously run. So before that I ran this command. Before that these were ran. This command was ran. So likewise we can navigate through them using the bash shell. So let's see if those functionalities are in this born shell as well, sh shell. So let's run something like pwd and let's go one step back. So let's see our current folder. So we are in bash script assignment folder. So we need to navigate to this script folder. Just run cd and type sc and I'm pressing tab. As you can see, it is not giving auto suggestions. So we need to type them on our own like this. Now if we check the present working directory, we have navigated to this script. And let's check if it is working. If we press these arrow keys. I'm pressing the arrow keys. As you can see, it is not giving me the previous commands I have run. So they are different from their functionalities. Okay, I will exit from this shell by typing exit. And let's see if you are in the correct shell. I can run echo $shell and check the path of this bash program. Now we are in this bash shell. Okay. Now let's see about this shebang line. I will add, sorry. Okay. I will open my file again like this in VI editor. And I'll press insert and go up. This one is already added, so I don't need to change. And I press escape :W to save this. And let's navigate to this Bourne shell again. And let's try to run this script if it is working. We can run /first script .sh. You can see it is running. And it is exactly running our bash shell. The reason is we have added this shebang line here. And if you need to run this in a different shell, you can change this /bin/bash to any other shell. We found it using this command. Like you can run in C shell, any other shell. You can check the shells using this command as I did before. Let me clear the screen first. You can change the shebang line. Okay. You can change this shebang line. So for bash, you need to add this path /bin/bash. Okay, that part is done. Okay. Okay, now let's run this script using bash command and see what happened. I run bash /, sorry, not /, bash first script.sh, our file name. Like this. You can see it is working. So here what is happening is bash is starting and it reads our script file and then it executes the commands inside it. So this is our script file. As you can see here. Sorry. Yes. This is our script file. So bash is reading this script file and it is executing it. So here bash is a program. It is reading this script and it is executing it. And let's check removing the execute permission. So for that, I will run this command chmod -x. I forget this file name every time. First script .sh. Okay. And let's check if the execute permissions has been removed. We need to confirm everything before we going further. So I'm running ls-l and you can see now this first script.sh file don't have execute permissions. It only has read and write permissions. So let's try to run bash first script.sh. So as you can see, it is working without execute permission. So how it is happening? So this bash is actually, it's a program. So what it is doing is, as I mentioned earlier, it is the program is starting and then it read this script file and it is executing. So because of that, it doesn't need this execute permissions. So what is mandatory? Mandatory thing is read permissions because this bash program need to read our script file. So let's check removing the read permissions as well. So I'm running chmod -r first script.sh. So I have removed the read permissions as well. So let's check before you go in further, confirm everything. I'm running ls-l. So you can see now it doesn't have read permission and execute permissions as well. This file don't have read permissions. So now let's try to run bash program, bash first script.sh. So you can see now our bash program cannot read this file, our script file. So it is showing us an error, permission denied. So let's check. Let's give it read permission again. chmod +r first script.sh. And then let's check if the permission added correctly. So you can see now it has read permissions, this file. So we can check again bash first script.sh. So you can see it is working again. So to run a file using this bash like this, you user must have this read permissions like this. But it doesn't need to have execute permissions. So what is the difference between this /script first script.sh and bash first script.sh? As I mentioned earlier, this is a program, and if you are running this one /first script.sh, what is happening is we are asking Linux to execute the script file directly. So here we are asking Linux to execute the script file directly. Therefore, the file needs execute permission. That's why when we are removing our execute permissions, it was not running. And our shebang line, the first line we add into our script, it is telling Linux which program should run the script. That means which interpreter, which shell should run this script. And also the next thing is we have added this .sh per. Okay, let me run ls. So you can see I have added this .sh extension to my file for the script file. So let's remove that .sh extension and let's try to run it again. Let's see if it is working. Okay, for that I can rename the file. To rename a file, we can run mv and the actual file name, this one. Let me copy it and paste it here. And then let me paste it again. And I remove this part, .sh extension. Okay, let's confirm if it is correctly renamed by running ls. So you can see now it is renamed correctly. So let's check if it is working. // first script. Okay. Let me run ls again. ls-l again to check the permissions. Oh, this is the reason for the error. I forgot to add these execute permissions again before I have removed them. So let's run first using bash. So let's first script like this. Okay, you can see it is working. And let's also give execute permissions now. I can run chmod +x and then the file name. We are confirming that. Now you can see we have execute permissions now. Then we can run the script again like this. So from this result, we can understand this .sh extension is not mandatory if we need to run a script. So why are we adding it? So this is the file we have created. I will create another file like let's say second script .sh like this. And I'm going to touch that file. That means creating the file. And let's run ls and confirm if it is created. So you can see there are two files. This name is first script. This file name is second script.sh. So if you are comparing these two names, you can see if someone who doesn't know, when like let's say I have created this file and some other engineer come and check. But at the first glance, they can tell this file is a script file because of this extension. But they cannot guess it from this one because it doesn't have the standard extension. So that's why we are adding this extension. And also when you are opening this file in some editor, let's say VS Code or some editor, if you are having this extension, it will highlight the syntax because that code editor, it is recognizing this file as a script file. So then it will highlight the syntax, also highlight the syntax errors. So those are the benefits. So we don't need this .sh extension to run script file, but it is a good practice to use this extension. Okay. Okay, this part is done. I have to tell you what is the purpose of this shebang line. We are telling we are telling bash to which interpreter it need to use when it is running a shell script, a script file. And why do we use chmod plus x before running a script? Because we need to execute that script. Okay, and also I have mentioned what is the difference between running a script using /script.sh and bash script.sh. As I mentioned earlier, this is what happening if we are running it using /script.sh. We are asking Linux to execute the script file directly. Therefore, the file needs execute permission. But in bash, it is a program. Bash is a program. So it doesn't need execute permissions. It only needs read permissions. It is starting, it is reading our script file and then execute what command inside it. Oh, I forgot some other thing. Okay, let's take this file, circumscript.sh. I will open it in my VI editor like this. And I'm pressing I, then I can add something here. Okay, first let's add echo. I need to print this is the first line. So I am typing that this is the first line. Okay, I'm pressing enter, and for the second line I need to add echo. This is the second line. Okay, let's add one more. I'm saying this is the third line. Okay, I will press escape. I need to save this file :wq. We are saving and exit this file. Let me clear the screen. Run ls. File is inside our folder. So we can run // oh. First of all, we need to add execute permissions. Keep it in mind, you need to add execute permissions first. Let's check the permissions first. So as you can see in this circumscript.sh file, by default it doesn't have execute permissions. So we need to add it first. For that I'm running chmod +x and then file name. In bash we can type like this and I can press tab. So it is auto suggesting and completing. Okay, then let's check. Now you can see execute permissions are added to the user. Now we can run it again. I'm using up arrows and run it again. So you can see these commands, they are run to a order, according to order. So if we are going to our second script file again, you can see the first command is, this is the first line. We need to echo this line first, and after that this line, and then this line. So bash is reading this from top to bottom. So actually our script file is just a text file which we need to add our Linux commands to an order. Okay, let's change the order and let's see what is happening. Okay. Run escape. Okay. Let me delete this one. Okay, I am adding here echo. This is the second line. And I'm changing this. This is the third line. So basically what I did is previously it has third line here. I shift it to this one. So let's see what is happening. I'm saving this file. Okay, I'm not clearing the screen and I'm running this again. You see my up arrows. I can navigate to this command using my up arrows and I can enter it and you can see the output. So in the first time when it is executing, you can see it is run to a order. This is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line. So that means when it is reading the shell, it is reading from top to bottom. So and you can see this second output. So from here you can see this is the first line, this is the third line, this is the second line. So what happened? We change the order. When we change the order, it is reading according to that order. So at first we told bash to execute this according to this order, echo this line and then print this line and then print this line. And when we edit it after in our second time, I added this one here. So because of that it has changed. So when we are writing scripts, we need to add our Linux commands in order because it is reading it in order and execute them one by one. Okay. Okay, let's see if there anything left in task 2. Now I have done everything. And then use the information stream, the task 3. Let's go to the task 3. Okay, this one. Okay. Now we are going to talk about variables. Oh, and also I need to tell you, when I'm typing the commands, sometimes most of the times when I'm trying to execute my script file, I typed it wrong. Like this. So let's say if you are running it, okay, let me open my second script file again. So let's say I need to run this line in my terminal manually. So I'm going back and running it manually like this. Echo this is the first line. Okay, you can see there is a error. So I need to manually change it. You can see it is printed in our terminal. This is the first line. And if I run it again, you can see this H is capitalized, and that is a manual error. So I need to fix it again. You can see iOS. This is the first line. Okay. So likewise, if you are running the commands manually, there can be human errors. So if you are running, let's say if we need to run this using our script, let's go to our script again. I'm opening it using my VI editor, and let's remove these two lines. I'm pressing I and go to insert mode, and I'm removing these two lines. Okay, now our script only has this line. I'm pressing escape :WQ to save and exit, and then I'm running this script // second script.sh. So you can see we run the script once, it is exactly outputting us. This is the first line. So let's run it again. // second script.sh. You can see the same output. There is no manual errors. It is consistent. If we run it again, it is giving us the same output. So when I attempt to run this manually, I have changed the letters again. I have changed the command again. So there are errors. So one benefit when we are running our command using a script, it is consistent because it is never changing. Like if you go and change the script, it will change. Otherwise, it will consistently run the things we have given to it. Okay. Okay. And the next one is task 3. Okay. Okay, now we are going to talk about variables. So let's say in one of our script, there is something appears in different places. Let's say like, okay, let's take this as an example. And I'm going to create this file first and explain again. Let's create this file and open it in VI editor. Like this, VI userinfo.sh. We are going to create this file inside this script folder. We are creating it and opening it. And then we need to add the content there. I can copy this. And if I need to paste in VI editor, I can press Shift and insert like this. And then it will paste. And here you can see we have our shebang line. And then there is full name, course name, topic name, something like that. Okay. Let's change this according to our details. I'm changing the full name. I change it and I'm going to press escape and :WQ. We'll clear the screen. And then let's create a let's create a variable in our terminal and let's see what happens. And if you are thinking why we need variables, let's say if some value, like let's say it is if you are going to our AWS terminal, you can see this one. If you are clicking on this, you can see the public IPv4 address of my React app server. So I can copy this and I can create a new script file, something like this. Let's say I'm touching the file, third script.sh, and I'm opening it using VI editor. And first I'm pressing I to go to insert mode. And then I'm adding the shebang line for bash. Okay. Then I'm adding, let's add something echo my server IP address is let's paste what we have copied like this, is shift and insert. And then I can add another line, echo the URL to access my React app server is http:// and my IP address. Can press shift and insert. So it will be added. And at the end, we need to add like this. So if you are confusing about this, what is this? I can show you. I think you already know about that. We can open a new window. I'm going to incognito. And can type http:// like this. So if you are type that URL and press enter, you can see your React app is running. And I can also say echo, the server name is React app server. Then I can say I need to print this one as well. Echo the SSH command to remotely connect to the server is this one. SSH-I and let's say key pair PEM and then our public IP address, this one. I can insert it like this. Oh, before that we need to add use at like this. Okay. Okay, let's escape press :W and first of all we need to check the permission because this is a default file. It doesn't have execute permissions. So first I'm going to add execute permissions. So for that I'm chmod +x third script.sh and then let's check it again. If the permissions added correctly, you can see now the user has execute permissions. So we can run the script. So we can run third script.sh. So you can see here myself. Everything I added in my script, they have printed in this terminal. And you can see my server IP address is this one. The URL to access my React app server is this one. And the server name is this one. And the SSH command to remotely connect to the server is this one. So if you look at here closely, you can see this public IP address of the server is here and here and also at here. So it is repeated 3 times. So let's say in actual script, if we are creating actual long script, let's say if it is at like in 15 places. So, and for XYZ reason, let's say the public IP has changed. So in such cases, you need to go to the script again. Let's open our script again, third script. And then if this public IP changes, let me run press I. And I'm navigating to this one. Let's say this has changes to 50. The public IP has changed. I need to go here and change it here. And also I need to go here and manually change it here like this. And also here. In this line, I need to manually change it like this. So as you can see, this is a repetitive work. So if there is something repetitive, we can find a way to automate it. So we can give a solution like this. For that, we have something called variables. So here we are hard coding these things. I have manually typed this, manually typed this one, and manually typed this one. So instead of doing something like that, we can add this value to this IP address value to a name. This name, let's say IP underscore address. And we are running equals. We are typing equal and then inside inverted commas, we can add this one. 150.50. And then also let's think some scenario like this. Let's say Joy need to use this script. So her IP address is different and also her server name is different. So if she get this script, she also need to manually change this one, and also this one, and also this one as well because her server name is different. So such variable values, we can add them, we can define them, like we can add the meaningful name. So this we are defining this one using this name, and then we can reuse it again in our script. Let me show you how to do that. So another value we can add to a variable is we can add a variable called server name, and then we can add React React app server. So you can see I have added exactly this name. So this name hold this value. This name hold this value. So let's see how we can use this in our script. Okay, I'm going here. I'm doing something like this. I type $sign and then I'm writing this variable name because this variable name holds the value, actual value. I can add variable name like this. And then let's go here. Let's skip second one. And let's go to this last one. Can add IP address like this. And for this React app server, we can call our variable here as well like this $. We need to add our variable name. And here, instead of this, let's add another variable to this whole thing. Let's name it as URL and add equals. And then we can type something like this, http:// and we can use this variable, this IP address also inside this URL, this another variable. Let me show you how to do that. So the missing part here is http:// this part is done. We need to add this part. So this one is exactly same to this one. So this variable name is holding this value. That means we can use it here like this /IP, sorry, it need to be capital, uppercase IP address like this. Okay. Let's check if this is working. If not, we can troubleshoot it. Okay, let me clear the screen. And let's see. Yes, the third script file is there. I can run /third script.sh. Okay. As you can see, it is working. It is showing my server IP address is this. The URL to access my server is this. And then my server name is this one. And then my SSH command is this one. And the special thing is we haven't hard coded these things this time. So the result is same as the previous one. When we are hard coding it, it gives us the same result. And okay, let me open the file again like this. As you can see, instead of this hard coded value, we replaced it with this one. That means we call that variable here. And okay, I forgot something here. Let me press I and go here. Cannot see my, oh, it is here. And I can also replace this one with URL $ uppercase URL. So we are replacing the hard coded value here with this one because this URL hold this whole value. Okay, let's escape and check again if it is working. I'm using my up arrows to find the command. So this is the command I previously ran. Okay, you can see this one is as the same because we got the same one with variables. And here you can see the URL variable replace this one. So instead of hard coding things, we can use variables to run to make the script easy. Okay, the next thing is, okay, now we can do the assignment. Okay, in assignment we are already in this folder, and then we also created this file as well, this script file, and then we copy and pasted this one. Let's navigate to that one again. Okay, let's see in which folder we are in. You can see we are in users home folder, and inside this one we have our we are in this script folder. So let's run ls and list the content inside this script folder. You can see first script, second script, third script, and you can see user info.sa. This is the one we have created for this assignment. So I'm going to open this in my VI editor, and then you can see we have already updated this one. If you go here, you can see the first line, the Shebang line. We are telling the interpreter we need to run this script. It is bash, and then I have updated my name here, and then here it is saying these are some variables. So the course name is Linux and bash scripting, and there is another variable, the topic name, bash script section, and then the learning goal. So we added these things as variable. So let's say if it is git p, so we can add this like git and github, and then we can change the topic name git and github section, and our learning goal. I am learning how to do version controlling. So likewise, these things can be changed. So we can make our script flexible by using these variables. So here you can see these lines are also echo lines. That means we are printing something in our terminal. So let's guess what it will be printing. Okay, I will show you what it will be printing. So for the first line, it will print full name, colon, and then it will add your full name. This variable means this variable name hold this value. That means this one is replaced by this one. It will be show like this, full name, and then this variable hold this value. That means it will replace like this. And then let's go to the second one, echo. Echo means print this whole thing. So this thing will be printed. There is no difference. That means it will print like this, course name. Okay, what is the course name? So this course name, this name hold this value. That means Linux and bash scripting. Okay. Sorry. So it will take the value of this Linux and bash scripting. So likewise, these two commands will run. Topic name, this one will be replaced with this value. This one will be replaced with this part. Let's remove these two lines. and see what will happen after we run this. I'm going to save and exit, and then let me clear the screen and run ls. Okay, we can see user info.sh user. Okay, let's check the permissions first. Okay, let me run this one again, and I need to show you something. Okay, I'm running this. I have typed this user, and I'm typing my tab. So as this is a bash shell, it need to give me a auto completion, but it is not giving. The reason is, you can see here when we run ls-shell, here the user don't have execute permission. So it is not giving us suggestion for auto completion. That's the reason. So in such cases, we can give permissions. Chmod plus x user. So when I'm running this, it is giving me the suggestion because this one is valid. Okay, let's check the permission again before running the script. You can see now our user have execute permissions. Okay, now we can run /user, and I'm pressing my tab. So it will give me the suggestion because we can run this command because this one has execute permissions. Let me press enter. Okay, now you can see full name, it is taking our variable. Course name, it is taking the value of variable. Topic name, it is replacing the value of our variable. And then learning goal, it is replacing the value of our variable. So likewise, we can use variables. Okay, let's do one more thing. I'm checking what are the files, and I'm opening userinfo.sh file here, and then I'm going to change something. I'm pressing I. Sorry. Okay. Let's add some space here for the full name. I added a space here and also here. I'm pressing escape and type $WQ and press enter. And then let's try to run it again. Okay, here you can see full name is not visible. That variable is not picking. Okay, let's see what happened. We are going again to the file, and you can see we have added, I have intentionally added these two spaces after this full name, and then after this this mark. And when bash is running this, it is considering this as a command because it is not considering it as a variable. The reason is it is taking this as the command. This full name part, it is taking this as command, and then this part it is taken as the argument, and then this one it is taken as the value. So that's why it is not showing. When we are running this, we only see echoing this part. This part is the only part printed from this full line. this dollar full name, it is not picking. The reason is we have added like this. So we can remove that. Then you can see here it is like this in gray color. If you are doing like this, it is again picking. Let's check it again. I'm press escape :WQ and run the script again like this. Now you can see name is appeared as before. So instead of hard coding, we can use variables to make our script flexible. Okay. And then that task tree is done. Okay. The answers for these questions, what is variable in Bash, I have explained earlier. And what should we avoid spaces around the equal sign when creating variables, I have explained it as well. As I explained earlier, this part it is taken as the command and this part as the argument and this part as the value. So it is Bash is trying to run this as a command. That's the reason. And then how do you access the value store inside the Bash variable? We are using $sign and add the actual name of our variable like this. This is how we access a value inside the Bash variable. And then our fourth one. Okay. For that, we need to create a new file. First, we need to navigate this one. I'm already in the folder. I can show you. If you run pwd, you can see I'm in this script folder. And then this time we are using Nano editor instead of Vim editor. So let's create this file and open it in Nano editor. For that we can type nano and paste the file name like this. The interface is different and some functionalities are different. So let's do something like this first. So let's first run this script. Okay. I'm taking this part only. I'll take all and I will explain again. And I can paste it in a normal way we are doing. And we don't need to press I to navigate in this one. We can just do it using our arrow keys. And here give me 1 minute. Okay, this is my cursor. And I can change you can see this is the first variable. It is saying full name, your full name as we did before. I'm just changing this to my full name. And here, previously we were saying we can add this variable name can hold a value. So this tool1 variable, this is holding this bash value. And we are creating another variable as tool2. For this tool2, we are adding nano. And for this tool3, we are adding chmod. And then for this tool4, we are adding echo. And for this tool5 variable, we are adding ls as the value. So these variable names hold these values. So as we did first, we are echoing this part, this full name, dollar full name. That means this variable name is holding this value. So it will be replaced here when we are running the script. So this one is normal. There is no variable here. This is just echoing. That means this is just printing in our terminal. So after that, here you can see every tool we are using here, we are going to echo them. Tool available for practice, $tool1. So if we run this, it will show something like this. Let me show you one. Tool available for practice. Then it will pick this value. After the colon, there will be no space. Here we have a space, and after the colon, it will take tool1 value. It is bash. So like this, it will pick all the value of these tools. Tool available for practice, nano. Tool available for practice, chmod. And echo and ls. Tool available for practice, echo. Tool available for practice, ls. So let's run this. So what we are doing is, without hard coding, we are using variables to run these commands. I'm pressing Ctrl O and then press enter and then Ctrl X to exit. And first of all, as this is a new file, you can see there is no execute permission for user. So I need to provide execute permission. So for that, I need to run chmod +x tools checklist.sh. And I'm checking the permissions again. You can see user has execute permissions now. So we can run /, I cannot remember the file name, tools checklist /tools checklist.sh. And you can see here full name, it is picking from the variable. This one, it is just printing in our terminal. And here you can see these values are picked from our variables. Those variable names hold these values. So if you see this closely, you can see this is actually a repetitive thing, because we have run echo and it is printing this part and taking the variable and printing it. And for the next command, it is printing this part at the space and taking our variable taking the value of our variable and print it. And for this third one, it is the same. And for this fourth one, it is the same. So it has done same thing again and again. So this thing is also repetitive. So if something is repetitive, we can automate it. So let's see what is the solution for this. So there is something called arrays. So the reason we are using arrays, because if we are using variables, as you can see here, I will go to tools checklist file. Again, I'm opening with my VI editor. You can see this tool1 variable. It can hold only one value. If you are going to this one, this tool2 variable, it can only hold one value. So likewise, all of these variables, they can hold only one value. But if we need to add all of these values to one variable, we can do it using arrays. There is a concept called arrays. This is like a list. Let's see how we can do it. So for that, I'm taking this part and I will explain it. Copy. Let me copy this and I'm pressing insert. Okay. I'm going to remove these things. Or we can do like this. I can press escape and I can run D20D. What it is doing is it is removing 20 lines from the line where I was in. So it removes all the lines. And then I can go to the insert mode again by pressing I. And I can first add the shebang line. Okay, we are in the insert mode. Bin dash. And then we can go to our second script. And I need to say these scripts. I have created these scripts. You will not find this script and this second script in your assignments. I'm just using this to explain only. Okay, let's only take these parts. Sorry, these parts. Let me copy them. And I'm going to paste them using shift and insert like this. And you can see previously we had one by one variables for this bash nano tool for these tools. So instead of that, we have created a list. So in that list, you can see we open the bracket and then inside this inverted commas, we have added our values for those variables. And then you can see there is no commas. Instead of commas, like in some programming languages, we are using commas for the list. But here we are using spaces instead of commas. And then this one is taken from this variable. I will add some value there. My name. Need to go to insert mode. Give me 1 minute. Okay, now I'm in insert mode. So I can edit the file. Like this. And let's see how we can use these things inside our terminal. So for that, I can copy this line. I will explain what is happening. Sorry. I can paste. Press escape. Okay. I can paste it like this. And you can see here, it is saying echo tool available for practice dollar open this bracket and add in tools, open curly bracket and add in tools, then open square bracket and there is a 0. So what is this 0? So from this list, bash is giving a position. In this script, it is giving a position. Okay, there are two shebang lines. I will remove one. I remove this one. Okay. So here, as you can see, this is the first item of this list, this bash, this variable, and this is the second item. And this one is the third item, echo is the fourth item, and ls is the fifth item. So when bash is reading this, it is giving a position number. For this one, it is 0. For this one, the position is 1. For this one, it is 2. And for this echo, it is 3. And this ls, it is 4. We are calling them as index. So index for this value is 0. For this value is 1. For this value is 2. For this, it is 3. And this is 4. So what we have done here is, we have called this value here using its index. Okay, I will paste it again. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's see how we can call these values. You can type dollar and start curly brackets and the array name. Array name is tools. First we need to write that, and then we need to open square brackets, and we need to type the index number. Let's say we need to retrieve the nano variable, nano value. For that, I need to add 1 and then close the curly brackets. So this is how we are calling those values in our script. Like when we are using variables, we have simply called it like this. So maybe you are thinking, is it mandatory to add these curly brackets? So let's run it, and we can see if it is mandatory or not. First run this one with curly brackets, and let's see what will be the output. I'm pressing escape and saving it. I'm checking the permissions. Yes, permissions are correct, and I can run. Let me clear the screen. Run ls tools checklist. So I can run like this. Okay. Okay, there is some error. Let's see what it is. I'm typing UI. Okay. Oh, I'm pressing insert. Okay. Here I need to add this inverted comma. Now it is fixed. Let's run it again. Okay. Now you can see full name as Anjana Muthunaika. That means if I run cat command for this tools checklist file, here you can see full name Anjana Muthunaika. This is a variable, and then we are echoing that variable name here. So we are calling this variable here full name. So it is displayed like this. Full name, the value of the variable here. And then you can see tools available for practice. It is picking this circle 0th index. So the 0th index is here. 0th index is bash. This is the value. So you can see that value is picked. Okay. Now let's go to this script and repeat this to all the other tools. Let's open tools checklist and go to insert mode. Press enter. Shift and insert. Then you can add the rest. And you can see here echo tool available for practice. We are calling this index, this value. And here we are calling second index, means this value of this tools list. So here we are saying in this tools list, we need to call this 0, 1, 2, 3. That means echo. This will replace by echo, the value of this index. So here it's the 4th index. So let's press escape and save this file, and let me clear the screen. And let's see what is happening when we run this one. So now you can see it is the same result as we have run this one previously using our variables. We have created 5 separate variables and calling them one by one in these commands. So can't you see it? It is like this thing is just like same as this one, because we have repeatedly run this command 5 times. So this thing is also repetitive. So that means there is a method to automate this. So that's all. For that, we have a concept called loops. So here what we are doing is we are echoing this part and adding these two from this list. Okay, let me go to the script and explain you. It's easy. Okay, here you can see we are echoing. First we are echoing this part, and after that we are calling 0th value, 0th index value from this array. That means bash. So for this nano, we are echoing this part and calling the first index. For this, for the third command, we are echoing this part, calling second index. That means chmod. So there is a pattern. Every time we are doing the same thing, we are picking one value from this list, add here. We are picking one value from this list, add here. We are picking one value from this tools list, add here. So it is repetitive. So in such cases, we can use loops. So a loop means, let me show you the syntax first. Okay. Let me copy this one. This part only. Okay. Copy this one. And okay. I will paste this. Okay. So as you can see here, we are calling this as for loop. So here what we are doing is instead of running all of these commands are in same pattern, same commands. Instead of running all of these 5 commands, we are adding a loop. So here you can see for. For means we are starting this for loop. And then here we are adding something called tool. This tool means when we are picking one value from this array, we are assigning it to a variable, temporary variable. Because why I'm calling it temporary? Because when this loop runs, it is picking one by one these values from this array. That's why I called it temporary. And in here. So this part has a meaning. As we did here, you can see $sign is there, and then open this curly brackets, and then we have added this array name, and then inside square brackets previously we had added 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of that we have added at the rate. So that one meaning everything, all the element of the array. That means everything in this array. This one meaning at. And then we are adding do. Do means we are starting adding command block here. So what we need to do repetitively, let's say there is some other things as well, like we need to echo some other things for all of these tools. Let's say something like this, echo first tool is dollar, can pick it as tool. So something like this. What you need to do, what you need to repetitively do. So in this case, we need to run this command 5 times. 5 times means run this command one by one for each value in this array. So that's why we have added this block here. If you need to do something else, you need to add that one. Okay, let me delete this part. Okay. This done, it is creating this, sorry, it is inside this do and done, we are adding our code like Linux command we need to run. And now we can replace all of these things by these 4 lines. Let's do it. I'm going to remove all of these things like this. And let's see what is happening here. First, what it is doing, for tool in here. That means first this at means all of the things, all of the indexes in this array. So here we are calling something called tool. We can add any name as we prefer, but if it is meaningful, that's good. That's why I have selected tool here. So when we are running this loop, it is picking one by one from this array. So when it is running for the first time, it is taking this one. So in the first iteration, it is taking this tool variable is taking this one, 0 index value for this iteration. So basically this one is telling assign one value from all of these indexes from here. So, and then run this command for that selected value. So when this is running for the first iteration, it is taking this bash. So the value assigned to this temporary variable, for this temporary variable, it is bash. So what it is doing is, when it is running for the first time, it is echoing this one. Tool available for practice, $tool. $tool means this one, this temporary variable. So the value assigning first is bash. So it is running, and it is that one is closed, and then it is going to this one for the second iteration. So this nano tool is assigned to this tool variable, and then it is running for this nano value, and it is echoing tool available for practice is here, it is replacing as nano. And for chmod, for the third iteration, it is taking this chmod for this as this temporary variable. This temporary variable assigned chmod, and it is running again. So likewise, these all five values are assigned, and the loop is running. So let's say if there is 100 values here for this array, and let's think we have updated this to 100. We added some other tools as well. So we don't need to change anything here. This loop is running according to the values we are adding. Like from the first value to the last value in our array. So let's see how this is running. I'm saving this, and then I'm going to run this one. Sorry. Okay, you can see here we are getting the same result as we got from the previous two scripts. So loop has run. It has iterated for all of these values, for bash, for nano, for this one, echo, and ls. So if you go to the file again, you can see this small code part, it replaces all of these things. Let's say there was 100 of these things, and all of those things they have replaced by this small code part. So as you can see here, loop is a way to repeat a set of commands multiple times without writing the same code again and again. We use loop to automate repetitive tasks and reduce the amount of code we need to write. So let's say there was 10 tools, we need to repeat this for 10 times. If we are writing like this, also we need to write this for 10 times. So if we are using a loop, we only need to write this one, our for loop, and then we need to update this array. That means this list. That's all. And I have answered these questions. What is array in bash? Why array is useful? because we can replace the um, long code blocks, and also we can automate the repetitive task. Those are the reasons. And what does this one mean? As I mentioned earlier, all the values of indexes. So you can see all the element in the array. Okay, I think we have done 4 tasks today. It's hello everyone. I think it's better if we can do the next part tomorrow, because I did this around 2.5 hours. I think you are also tired. And you can ask any question if you have from these tasks. Okay, someone was asking bash itself is born. Bash means born again shell. SH means born shell. Yes. Tomorrow I will cover the assignment 6. If I have time today, I could do, but I think I have done for 2.5 hours. I think you guys are also tired. And someone is saying, I can't hear. Couldn't you hear me when I was speaking?
Yes, we can hear you, Anya.
When I was doing the demo, could you hear me?
Yeah, it's all good only. I don't see any problem. Yeah.
Okay. So
Maybe
if
it
you
could
have
be.
any,
Yeah, I think I don't have anything until and unless we do some practice actually, so we need to do it. Yeah. But it was, I think it's okay. I think we can clearly go through this recording again, maybe again. So we should be good. I think I don't see any issue as such actually. But just only thing is we need to do practice, thorough practice actually. Yeah.
yeah, and this is recorded and it is, I will share the YouTube live link
Okay.
and you can go through it again.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, you can ask. I have closed the live stream.